¡Hey! ¡Epa! Música perfecta para darle la bienvenida a nuestro próximo invitado.
Cibaeño en Nueva York.
No es un caso extraño el de este hombre, because
No es un cibaeño en Nueva York. No.
he has been accused of being American, cuando en realidad el tipo es de allá.
No, pero bueno.
Sí, vamos a dar la bienvenida y escuchar la interesante historia de este señor que trató de llamarse Jason Andors, pero se ha revelado su verdadera identidad recientemente como el Tigre Vacano, señoras y señores.
Hola, ¿qué es lo que mi gente? Estoy aquí finalmente.
¿Qué es lo que dice, señor Tigre? Bienvenido.
Gracias, amigo.
Un placer tenerlo.
Dos placeres.
Dos placeres. All right. So, el Tigre Bacano está con nosotros. ¿Cuál fue su nombre? O sea, denos la historia. ¿Por qué la gente cree que usted, I know you don't like this word, pero gringo? O sea,
Soy muy blanquito y mi acento no es muy bueno.
¿el acento es de qué parte de allá?
Sí, pero puedo explicarlo. No, nací y crecí en Villa Mella.
Nació y creció, o sea, se crió allí. Okay.
Ya.
Sí, gracioso para ustedes,
That's
pero es
the
verdad. Y
Yo
en
montaba
casa,
caballo
en
por
casa vieja.
Ah,
Sí, pero cuando tenía 14 años, tomé una yola por la Canal del Amor.
ahí. Ya.
Y cuando llegué a Puerto Rico casi muerto, la familia de Calle 13 y su hermana Milena me salvaron, me ayudaron mucho.
wow, pero esa gente están en todas. I mean, those Calle 13 people, right? They're into everything.
Sí,
Wow.
sí.
So they
buena
just,
gente, buena gente.
so they
Calle
just walk on beaches rescuing
No,
immigrants.
llegué, ellos estaban disfrutando el sol y llegué y...
What an incredible coincidence.
Sí, sí.
Coincidencia más increíble.
Sí, sí,
Wow.
tenía mucha suerte.
Mucha suerte.
Sí, y fui a la escuela en Puerto Rico por más o menos 3 años.
Ah,
casi
ok.
4, y trabajé mucho en Puerto Rico. Y ahorré suficiente dinero y construí un barco más grande que la Ariola.
Wow, que ya. Okay, porque la idea era que, no se quería quedar en Puerto Rico usted.
No,
Okay. So, ¿y qué iba a hacer con este barco? ¿Qué hizo, señor?
ok. Fui en el barco solo, muy triste, pero solo. Y para los Estados Unidos.
¿Por qué construyó el barco más grande si iba a ir solo usted, señor?
Porque es más seguro.
Ah, ok. Ahí
La
entiendo.
Ariola. Ay, Dios mío, muchos tiburones y toros, you know.
Sí, claro.
Sí, pero yo comí mucho tiburón en el camino.
Oh, wow.
Sí.
Coño, es un tipo bravo, un tipo...
Sí.
Claro, de Villamella.
Villamella.
De Villamella, claro.
You know, he comido mucho chicharrón, ¿por qué no tiburón? Pero mira, cuando llegué a los Estados Unidos, le conocí a un hombre, se llama Jay.
Ah, ok.
Un viejo y él no tenía hijos, pero él quería hijos mucho.
Claro.
Pero él no quería la responsabilidad de criarlos.
Ah, ok. Quería uno ya criado, ya, sí.
Sí, pero
Ok.
yo tenía 18 años. Yo era perfecto para él porque él me mandó a la universidad.
Oh, directo. Wow.
Directo. Y él no tenía que criarme, pero al mismo tiempo pudo decir, soy un papá muy orgulloso.
Claro, sin tener que
Sí.
explicar.
Sí, perfecto. Y me nombró Jason.
Oh, wow. That could be creative or not, depending on how you look at it.
Sí,
El hijo de Jay.
Sí, pero es realidad. Y uso su apellido, Andors,
Yeah.
porque, cuando era pequeño, mi nombre real es Miguel Gómez.
Oh, claro.
Sí, soy
That's
Miguel
it.
Gómez.
Así,
El nato, el nombre nato.
Yeah,
Sí,
claro.
sí,
De los Gómez de allá de Villamella, claro.
pero siempre quería ser un actor en los Estados Unidos o un actor en República Dominicana, pero es más difícil en República Dominicana.
Claro.
¿Tú crees?
Sí, creo. Mucho más oportunidades para ganar más dinero en los Estados Unidos.
Claro.
Ah, bueno,
Hollywood, you know.
Sí, pero hay muchas películas buenas en mi país, claro.
¿Cuál?
Me encanta, muchas películas.
Muchas. O sea,
Sí.
no se pueden nombrar because
Todas.
there's too many.
Todas.
Entonces, so, Jason, I mean, ¿prefieres Jason o Tigre o cómo te llamo? Porque, you know.
Estoy aquí en los Estados Unidos, puede decir Jason.
Jason por...
Porque
o
todavía he vivido aquí por más que 20 años y todavía los americanos no saben que Jason Andors en realidad es Miguel Gómez.
Miguel Gómez.
Muy estúpido. Muy estúpido.
¿Verdad? Y esta gente, hermano.
Sí.
So, ¿usted dónde vive usted? ¿Vive en el Alto Manhattan o
Vivo en Manhattan, sí.
Ya.
En Midtown, pero
y cuando usted sale a la calle y eso, la gente no discrimina en contra de usted pensando que usted es, gringo, o la gente ya le conoce como...
No, la gente en Nueva York,
Yeah.
no mucho me conocen allá porque los dominicanos sí.
¿Ha sido víctima de discriminación? ¿Eh?
Sí.
Wow.
Wait, repita.
Sí, ¿ha sido usted víctima de discriminación?
Siempre.
Wow,
Siempre.
that's so sad.
Yeah.
Can you
Es muy triste. Es muy-
like usted llega a un banco y lo ponen primero en la fila because, they put you in front of the line because they think you're white. That's terrible.
Sí. Well, estaba en
The police arrest everybody and then they don't arrest you. I mean, that's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. But no, it's good. In that sense, it's great. But it's really tough. I'm going to try to practice some English.
Sí, no, está bien.
Okay.
'Cause
No
I've
lo
been- I've
entiendo
been in-
casi, pero está bien. Go
No,
ahead.
I speak well, but I've been in Dominican Republic the last 3 weeks.
Okay, so that's it. You almost lose. You're
I
going to lose the
I
language.
had to go back. I had a good acting role as Jason Andors, but I
All
had
right.
to turn it down because I heard what was happening in my country,
Ajá.
Dominican Republic. So I had to return. I had to be who I really am, Tigre Vacano,
El tigre bacano.
and
no.
speak, in my videos, and that, tourism, because the tourism's getting like destroyed. I mean, a lot of people are not going there now because of all these rumors.
Mucha gente le gusta lo que usted está haciendo. That you are actually, telling people, listen, there's nothing wrong with the tourism over here. But
No.
what's a couple of people dying?
Right. But, some of these people, there's no proof yet of how they exactly died. Some
Yeah.
of them were overweight, and they died of a heart attack. Oh, what a surprise.
Wow, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, blame the mini bar on the 15 cakes you had that day.
Yeah, it could be unfair.
Yeah, I don't think those 15 pizza pies were in that mini bar that you ate earlier. But
Right, most of them did die of heart
Yeah.
attacks, yeah.
I mean, who knows? But only 11, 11 in this year died. Tourists died, and 2.5 million people come from the United States there. So
Yearly?
yeah, that's what I read. That's the
So
average.
that's not bad, right? 11 people out of...
You read the numbers comparing in other countries, it's higher in other countries.
It's
Yeah.
higher in
It's
other
higher
countries.
in other countries.
It's
right?
been
Like
higher in Dominican.
Somalia.
Yeah, it's been higher in the Dominican Republic in the past too. No one said anything. No, but it was still lower than normal. It's still
Yeah.
not. I mean, it's bad. Anyone dies, it's not good. But I'm just saying the average is. I bet you more die in New York and just all these places. I mean,
Seriously, the other day they put out these numbers that taking selfies is now deadlier than shark attacks.
yeah,
People taking selfies at the edge of cliffs and stuff like
yeah,
that.
because people are competing for the craziest selfies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that could kill you faster than
Como-
a shark.
There's una que está de moda en los videos. Tú ir, por ejemplo, a una tienda y abrir un helado,
Yeah.
lamerlo y ponerlo para atrás.
Oh,
Entonces, hay gente que se ha metido en problemas por esto con la policía porque they're tampering a food product.
Yeah.
So, es serio esto.
allá o acá. tú
No, aquí en los Estados Unidos está
Yeah.
de moda, esa es la moda. Lo que no saben los idiotas es que los inteligentes hacen eso, pero después cogen el producto, van y lo pagan.
dices? Oh, okay.
Tú sabes, tú lo haces para el video así, pero tú vas después y lo
Then
pagas.
yeah, exactly.
Y hay una partida de estúpidos que lo han cogido preso por esto, por estar privando.
¿Alguna vez usted ha hecho algo así to get likes? Have you ever done anything crazy to get likes on social media?
no, it's not. It's not my personality.
Yeah, you're not crazy.
No, a little bit, a little bit. I mean, if you see my stand-up, I talk about anything, but I'm not desperate like that.
Yeah.
I like to get just likes for my talent and not,
It's funny because with your fake American identity, Jason Andors,
It's believable, no?
It is believable, but we know better. Miguel, come on, man.
Well, yeah, I've known you for a long time. I mean,
Miguel, come
you're
on.
real, yeah.
Stop it, please. No, you've been in comedy for like 20 something years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Faking it.
Fake
I mean, not the comedy, the identity.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing comedy for over 20 years. Remember when I arrived, my dad helped me out a lot because my adopted dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to be an
Gay.
actor, and he met my mom in acting class. So they really supported me becoming an actor. Mi familia en Villamella no está
No
muy,
estaba
muy
de acuerdo.
alegre porque estoy en la lucha aquí.
Claro.
You know?
No tiene un trabajo de verdad.
Sí, ellos me quieren hacer, like, tomé una yola aquí y soy un actor.
Claro.
Mi mamá muy triste, pero
Me gusta, I like el acento de Villamella, Yola, because they dicen Yola over there. Yeah,
mi acento ahora no es de Villamella.
Ah,
Déjame
ok.
explicar si la gente ya no sabe. Hace algunos años estaba en mi carro manejando con mis 7 novias.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Sí.
Buen dominicano. ¿Eh?
Solo tengo 7, no tengo tiempo.
Claro que sí. Para
Sí,
access numbers.
7, una para cada día de la semana.
Oh, that's good.
Sí, soy fiel con todas. Ok, es un hecho. El lunes solo estoy con lunes.
O sea, these 7 women can know that, you know, they won't be 8.
No, well.
Okay.
Claramente, hace poco, ahora olvidé, tengo 2 sábados. Tengo 8 ahora,
Yeah.
pero tenía 7 en el carro. Y no puedo roll mi edre. I can't roll my tongue.
Ah, okay.
Lo perdí, pero el viernes estaba muy enojada con
¿por qué?
el domingo. Porque el viernes pensaba que yo estaba con el domingo el sábado.
Ah,
Estaba celosa.
That sounds really complicated.
Muy complicado. Pero no estaba con el domingo el sábado. Soy fiel, estaba con el sábado, pero el martes estaba con el miércoles y el miércoles estaba con el martes porque ellas tenían un trato.
They what was the trato?
Necesitaban cambiar días porque martes,
You don't realize, you know.
sí, martes necesitaba hacer algo martes, so quería verme miércoles y habló con miércoles. Es complicado.
It's really, yeah.
Pero
I
no
don't-
muy complicado, pero el viernes comenzó a pelear con el domingo y yo traté de pararlo.
Yeah.
Y choqué en mi carro y estaba en una coma en el hospital por un mes.
Wow, terrible. Después de haber chocado con las 7 novias en el mismo carro.
Sí.
Wow. What?
Porque estaba con 7.
Sí, al mismo tiempo.
Puedo explicar, fue el Día de la Mujer.
Yeah.
Wow, what a man. What a
Sí,
gentleman.
ese día, yes. Sí.
Le
Y
tocaban a
quiero
todos.
compartir.
Claro.
Exactamente, pero cuando desperté en el hospital, perdí todo de mi español.
Oh, wow.
So, estaba en la escuela en Nueva York, español.
So
cada
lo que
día.
estamos escuchando ahora is not an accent, it's a speech impediment due to a...
Sí, sí. Es triste, pero por lo menos estoy sobreviviendo
Ay,
bien.
pobrecito.
Sí.
Now let me ask you, have you done, tú tienes una rutina ya en español, like, tú puedes hacer stand-up en español.
Estoy traduciéndolo ahora mismo. Es complicado porque solo he hecho comedia en inglés.
Yeah,
Y estoy aprendiendo español de nuevo.
yeah.
Pero voy a hacerlo pronto. Pero hice comedia en Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
like Spanglish.
Sí, después del canal de la mona y eso.
En realidad, la familia de Calle 13,
Te ayudó.
su hermana y the drummer too,
Yeah.
no, organizaron los shows en Puerto Rico para mí.
Wow, like a charity event almost? Or?
Sí, Jason Andors es un amigo de la familia y ellos lo ayudaron mucho con los shows en Puerto Rico.
Wow,
Sí.
wow. Qué buena gente son ellos. No
Sí,
sabía
yeah.
que eran tan dedicados. You just find people on the beach and then take them to the stratosphere. That's
sí.
crazy. So, no, I think it would be great because, you know, I don't, is there anybody else doing this? I mean, I know
No.
Vin Diesel hangs out there a lot and, you know,
But Vin Diesel is Vin Diesel.
yeah.
But-
So he don't need to lower himself into comedy.
No. He doesn't need to go that depressing way. He's good, you know?
So, when was the first? I mean, after you came to Puerto Rico and New York, when was the first time you went to DR?
Oh, Jason Andors,
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but, no,
Okay,
I'm saying once you know have the accident and all that stuff.
No, but you want to know the story that Jason Andors.
Yeah, exactly.
See. Okay. Jason Andors went to Dominican Republic about 15 years ago.
Wow.
His cousin lives there.
Mm-hmm.
His cousin is a doctor in the States. He works part of the year in the States and lives in Villa Media.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
And his cousin's a bachatero in Villa Media. He plays guitar.
Yeah.
And he played with Dralin Rodriguez, Monchi Alexandra, Luis Segura, and many more.
But he's an American guy, right?
He's half Puerto Rican, half Jewish.
Okay.
And he plays Dominican, and he has his own group called, Bachateros de Metal.
Oh, wow.
And,
Bachateros de metal.
He mixes heavy metal with bachata.
Wow, that's awesome.
Wow,
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, he played on the song with Raulín, Parece Mentira. It's him on the guitar.
All right,
and,
cool.
And he played a lot of stuff. So it's very, so when Jason went to visit him, this story's great that I created for
Okay.
Jason. When Jason went to visit his cousin, he couldn't speak any Spanish. He always failed Spanish in school.
Yeah.
Because when Jason was young, like the teacher, like all the Latinas in his neighborhood, he always loved Latinas,
Yeah.
spoke English. So he figured, I don't need to learn another language.
Of course, yeah.
He didn't realize, like, all these other countries, they don't speak it with these beautiful women. If his teacher was smart, he would have just sat Jason down and be like, Jason, do you want to grow up to be a sick pervert that flies 5 hours to another country just to pick up women? And you can't even pick up a prostitute because you don't know how to say cuánto cuesta, huh? No? Then do your homework.
He didn't do that for you.
No, idiot.
Terrible.
Yeah. So Jason finally, like, he was so frustrated one night in Boca Chica with his cousin, he couldn't talk to this gorgeous woman. She looked just like a Jen Lopez type, and he just couldn't speak to her.
Yeah.
And his cousin was translating, and then he got her number for him, and then he had to call her for him. Never met her.
Yeah.
Jason
the
was-
cousin probably
Yeah,
scored.
yeah. Exactly. So, he's on the phone. He's like, yo, I tried to call her, and he hangs up, and he's back in the bed with her, right? Probably. But I love my cousin anyway. Good for him.
I found his cousin's music, by the way.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Here we go. All right. That sounds amazing, actually. That sounds really
He
good.
gets some bachata now, ready?
I thought it was like stupid, but it's actually good. Wow.
That's a mix of another old song that's a rock song.
Yeah.
But he also, like, if you look up Luis Segura, Donde Está Ella, he has a video out with Luis Segura,
Yeah.
Donde Está Ella, and it's interesting. So he's changed,
That's
he's
cool.
created his own
That's-
style
sounds
with
cool,
the metal and the bachata.
Yeah,
But
you would, I mean, you wouldn't think that that would be a good combination, but it was really good, actually.
I think it's really cool. But he
Yeah.
also plays, classic bachata. He went on tour with Monchi Alexandra and probably.
I thought you were gonna say he actually plays, classic rock and stuff. No, he
No, he right.
he
No, he
plays-
did. His whole life he played
Yeah.
rock. But he
Wow.
was a big fan of Dralin Rodriguez. And he used to
Wow.
go to his concerts. And one time Dralin saw him in the audience with his guitar and said, "You play? Let's see what you got." And he came
wow.
on and ripped it. And Ralin's like, "Come back again." And again. And before you know it, they did the song Parece Mentira, because Ralin never let anybody play guitar but himself on the song.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I think this is a fact.
Yeah.
My cousin was the first he let play on his album
Oh, that's so
guitar
cool.
also.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow, now he's part of the band. Like
He just plays out there. I mean, he's a doctor in the,
Yeah,
States, in the
I know,
States,
right?
but he could just he could record and and just. Oh yeah,
And this is his guitar now.
yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. That's good, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's interesting. So it's a perfect story that I created for Jason Andors because it mixes and creates. It makes sense with the Tigre Vacano.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, of
It's
course.
like, oh, that's how he became that. You know,
But you're popular over there now. How do you become popular? Through videos or?
Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram. I started doing videos about 3 years ago, maybe
Yeah.
4. I
So
have to-
you did a series of videos in different spots over there, like promoting the country somehow?
Yeah, but at first I did them in New York.
Okay.
With my friend Tommy Pena, T5K, Instagram, and Ivan.
Is that what eventually drove you to go on the DR and do it?
Well, no, I've been going to the DR for years, but I just thought of it for fun. I love DR.
Yeah.
Jason Andors always loved DR. He just went to hang out with his cousin. Always loved the culture. It's always fun there. I grew up with Dominicans in my neighborhood in New York City too. More Puerto Ricans growing up.
Yeah.
But a lot of Dominicans too, and he just loved it. So it was natural. It wasn't like, you know.
Was it mostly the women that?
The women drive us to do everything in life, pretty much. You probably wouldn't have this podcast if you didn't.
You know,
or men, whatever you're attracted to, whatever.
Sex, basically. You know what?
Sex.
I think you're completely right.
Yeah.
I thought about this years ago when I was, I was taking a shower and I spent like an hour when I had a lot of hair brushing my hair. I said, why am I spending an hour doing this? And then I started thinking, everything we do has to do with sex. Why do we want to look good or neat or have a good job and, have a nice car?
Everything revolves around sex.
It is.
It's sad, but that's what inspired me.
Even for an artist, like, going on stage and being the center of attention for a few minutes, it makes you attractive.
It makes you want to work hard. That's why a lot of old people retire, because they can't have sex anymore.
Yeah. So impotence is an artist killer.
We go out of our way, man, we go out of our way for pretty women. Like a pretty girl could be across the street and drop a gum wrapper. We'll walk all the way across the street through traffic, risk our life to pick up that gum wrapper for her. But for ugly women, we won't do shit. An ugly woman can drop a baby. We'll be like, get this baby the hell out of my face. Littering babies on my clean streets. We're on top of this beautiful lady's gum wrapper too.
That's true.
But
it is a reality of life, right? Everybody wants to, who has the desire or the drive to go somewhere is mostly because you want to be attractive to whoever you like.
Yeah, but now I love what's happening with it because I really love the country. You know, Dominican Republic's my favorite place to go, and it's and I was glad I could be there as El Tigre Bacano during the time they're going through right now.
Jason has been in a lot of, like you've been on HBO, Bad Boys of Comedy, Showtime at the Apollo. How was that, by the way?
The Apollo?
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite moments. I have two favorite moments now in my life, in my career. The Apollo was one. Did nothing really for my career, but as a kid, you're always watching the Apollo.
Yeah.
You know it's the hardest show to do technically on TV
because you're expecting to be like
the crowd comes
swept off
they
stage.
Come to boo. They're hoping they can boo, They want to boo you. I was a guest. I didn't do amateur night. I got hired to be a guest act. So I went on after these three little black girls did this jump rope routine, karate jump rope, and then I went on after Fat Joe and the Terror Squad.
Oh, wow.
I followed them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hard not to follow.
And before I went on stage, right, I'm back there, and I have 3 months knowing I'm going to do this. It's only a 6-7 minute set.
Yeah.
I've been doing black comedy clubs for years. Like Jason Andors, for like 15 years, I was one of the main white guys doing that circuit. Did BET Comic View 4 times.
Which
HBO
is
Apollo.
the most difficult audience to please, right?
It is, and it isn't. Like, I felt comfortable doing it, so it was. You could bomb really easy, but you could rock it too once you hit them.
Okay.
So I did that for years, and so the Apollo, though, it's 6 minutes, and if you get booed off, millions of people, all those hundreds of thousands of people that saw me live, those dues can be erased from one 6-minute set. But I knew I had to do the Apollo. To me, it was like the black belt in the black comedy circuit.
Wow,
it just had to be done.
Definitely.
For my mind,
Yeah.
And my friend Capone, who's a big comic, he started me in the black circuit a lot, like back in the day in the 90s.
How was the first time that you actually worked for a black audience?
Hunter College, 94. I was going to Hunter College.
Yeah.
And this comedian, Chris Kringle, Cahill, he did Def Comedy Jam at the time, and he heard I was starting to do comedy. I was only doing comedy 8 months.
Yeah.
And he heard, and he said, Jason, you want to be like a New Jack comic, like the open mic kind of comic on the show? I said, yeah, I'm down. He says, it's going to be all black crowd. So I said, okay, whatever. And I prepared my set, real organized, and I rocked it. I have it on tape.
Cool. Oh, wow.
I have that on film.
That's awesome.
I'm totally a different comedian. You know what I mean? Like when I watched my style, it's totally different, but I rocked it and they loved it and they called. They think we want you back in the next show. So I came back like a hero to them. Like everyone came back to see me.
Wow. Oh,
and I got booed off.
Confidence killed you.
Yeah, I just wasn't ready. I won the first time I did a show in stand-up. I won the contest. I was always a funny kid, but stand-up's a whole art form.
Yeah, it is.
That you have to build up that consistency. What I had to learn was how to not do well and still do well not doing well.
Yeah,
to be confident.
exactly.
That took years.
Because that is the key, right? If the audience feels you're scared, or that kills you somehow.
You're
right?
done. Yeah. So if you could bomb with a smile on your face, you could still save it.
Yeah.
You
you
know?
learn not to sweat.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to look confident, figure out. You have a million plans up there. I had no plans. I had 8 minutes of jokes.
Yeah.
So it either worked or didn't. I didn't have backup jokes. I was scared to improv.
I've seen professional. I saw this guy. I forgot. He won NBC show. What is it? Last Comic Standing one year.
Uh-huh.
And then I went to see him at Caroline's, and his stuff wasn't working, and he collapsed. Like that, not physically, but like.
Do you remember who it was? Or?
Curly hair guy.
Oh, the Latino guy, right?
No.
Oh, no.
It was. I think the same year Josh Blue was in it. Like, I forgot the name of the guy. That's what happened to his career, you know. But I mean, he was great on Last Comic Standing, and he won the competition. And so I went to see him, and at one point, you know, Caroline's has a little gap between the stage and the wall, so he just got off stage, stood on that gap, and said,
Oh, that's right.
"Right? Oh, you were
I
there."
remember.
Yeah, he said, "This is how I feel right now."
He gave up.
And he dropped the mic
Right,
and left.
right there.
Wow.
He was the headliner.
It happens to the best of us. I mean,
He was the headliner, so I was like,
but it
"What
happens.
the
But you
hell?"
can see video. You look up anyone bombing, you're gonna find stories about all these cops, Chris Rock, whoever bombing. You know, the
Yeah.
Apollo. A lot of legends have bombed there. Period. And when I did it, so I'm backstage, right? And I was walking around my bummy ripped Puma sneakers just to be comfortable, but I had my nice shoes in the dressing room.
Yeah.
Like, you're on in about 5 minutes. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get my shoes. So I go up to the dressing room, they're not there. So now I'm like, where the hell are my shoes? I start having a panic attack because all I'm thinking about is if I walk on stage with these ripped Pumas, I'm not going to get to my jokes. The crowd's going to boo my sneakers.
That's a joke right there.
Yeah. So I'm like freaking out. I'm going up to people on the stage. I'm like, I saw a guy with shoes. It looked like his feet were the same size as mine. I'm like, yo, can I borrow your shoes for my set? He's like, what are you talking about, man? I said, yo. I said, what? And people are like, what are you freaking out? Someone has my shoes. I need my fucking shoes, you know? And then someone said, was it in it like in a Nietzsche bag or something? I said, yeah. Oh, we found it in your dressing room and brought it downstairs. You found it in my dressing room?
How
You
is
found
your
my
dress-
wallet in my pants too? The fuck are you talking about, right?
Wow.
So once I got my shoes on, I was so nervous to do the set. The fact that I had the shoes, it was like God did that on purpose, like to save me, because I wasn't nervous to perform. I was like, I have my shoes. Now it's up to the jokes. Give it up for
that's
Jason
funny.
Andors. Boom! I walked on like it was so weird.
That is funny because the shoes became the crisis, and once you alleviated that trauma, it was fine. Life was good.
It was fine, and I went on. It's not my favorite TV set of all my TV sets I've
I
done.
hear you, but
it's my favorite. I got a standing ovation at the Apollo.
in the toughest place, probably.
Hey.
Yeah.
Eso
Because it's what you say. The audience is already predisposed to boo you.
Capone warms them up. Like, hey, if you don't like them, boo!
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
¿Qué fue, Alma?
que hay muchos artistas que se apegan a las cosas, como recuerdo cuando trabajaba con Juan Luis Guerra, que se le quedó el sombrero.
Oh, yeah.
Y fue un show y a buscar sombrero porque el show no iba a subirse a la tarima sin su sombrero mágico.
That's funny. I
You know?
didn't think of those little freakouts that artists have before their show. It's sometimes I guess it's needed, you know, sometimes, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely.
Freak out about something else, and then when you solve that problem,
It was perfect.
all I have to do is perform
It
it.
was almost like arriving to a show like late, and you should put you on stage right when you get there. You don't have time to think. You just, boom, you know? Like when you're sitting there thinking for hours or for months, it's just like you analyze every horrible thing that could happen.
That's right.
And once that happened to me, it's like I got my black belt, and after that day, I was like, now I need to perform in front of more white people and other crowds because I'm like, you know, like I'm just doing black shows every night. There was
Yeah.
years where like that was because I was felt really accepted. I was comfortable in that atmosphere. Growing up in New York City in public schools, you know, as Jason Andors,
Yeah,
it's a story, you know, like, so it's like, so, you know, it's just more comfortable.
Now, when you, after performing for so long for black audiences, would you perform for white audiences in between, you know, once in a while?
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
was there a difference?
Jason Andors started doing open mics in New York City, like little white bars and cafes, open mics with just comics sitting there judging you.
But did you have to change your comedy once you were established with the black audience? Did you have to change your act for a white audience, or
Pretty much I always try to make my act universal.
Okay.
But there was definitely jokes that work a lot better with black crowds. Anyone that says your act should work with everyone is wrong. They're wrong. I mean, a great comic can, you know, is like a chameleon. I feel like I'm a chameleon. I know what I need to do for this crowd or this to eat. So a lot of times I'll do similar jokes the whole show, but I'll have a different opener, a way to break the ice. Once they accept me as, you know, Jason Andors, I just, you know, freestyle and I just pretty much do the same stuff. But I could feel a crowd out usually.
Have you had the experience of you're about to go on and all of a sudden they say, hey, Seinfeld is out there.
Yes.
And he wants to go before you.
A few times.
Oh, really?
A few times.
Who did that to
a
you?
classic one, I was at Stand Up New York, and Robin Williams came in.
Oh, boy.
And so they're like, hey, do you want to do you want to go on right before him, or can he go on before you, or whatever? Or this other guy needs to get out of here. I forgot the exact order, but I remember hearing like Robin Williams, you know, rest in peace. I love him. I love his movies. I just heard like he was a joke thief. Like would take jokes from newer comics. I was so petrified. Always thinking of joke thieves. Like I you know, nothing I hate more than joke thieves. I always
it's a
wrote my
big
own
problem
stuff.
in comedy.
So I was like, you know what? Put that guy on before Robin. I'll go on after Robin Williams. I'll just go on after him.
Oh, wow.
So they put this other comic on right before Robin Williams. He does well. And then Robin Williams' manager signs him. I'm like, motherfucker! Are you kidding? I have no luck!
Oh, my God.
That's funny.
Horrible.
And then
I've been bumped by Chris Rock, Chappelle.
Oh,
A lot of comics have come in.
But that's also part of the experience, having to then, you know.
It's great to be bumped.
And you know what? Because Chappelle shows up doesn't mean he's going to kill, right? Because they're working on stuff.
Right, but Chappelle is a one comic. I've seen Chris Rock work out stuff, like really off paper, and still do fine. But, like, Chappelle to me, like, is the most natural freestyler.
He
like,
just sits there.
I was there when I was in L.A., and Dane Cook broke the record at the Laugh Factory for the longest set. I think he did 3 hours and 7, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's hard to have a record there because if you're not famous, they're not going to allow you on the stage for more than 15 minutes anyway.
Exactly.
So how can you know what I mean? But he did about a 3-hour set. So then I was in L.A. when I was dating this married chick out there. I talk about her on stage.
No
like
problem,
she ended up
man.
cheating on me, and
She cheated on the.
not with her
She
husband.
was married.
Not with her husband, with the third guy. But I called her husband. I was like, you need to know something. Yeah, you need to know something. Your wife is cheating on us. You were supposed to have my back and watch her. But we really got in an argument. I really threatened to tell her. I didn't tell her, but the joke's not, pretty honest.
Yeah,
you know?
it's pretty.
So we were walking
funny as hell.
around. We were in L.A. and so we walk by Laugh Factory, and like when I'm in L.A., I want to stop by the comedy clubs every night, at least for a second, show my face. I don't want to just hang out. I feel like I'm wasting my night.
Yeah.
I'm with her, and I really liked her, so I'm like, can we just stop by there real quick? We were right by the Laugh Factory. She's like, why we gotta go here? Why can't we just hang out for a while? Why you gotta do comedy? I'm like, 'cause I need to do comedy. So we go to the comedy club. We walk in. She's angry, but she peeks through the little window they have in the front.
Yeah.
And you see Chappelle on stage.
Oh, wow.
So she's like, oh, that's cool. Okay, So we go inside, and we walked in. Chappelle was already on stage when we entered about an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
We stayed from an hour and a half to 4 hours in.
What?
4 hours in. He was
heard
doing well the whole time.
He did 4 hours?
6.
6 hours.
Over 6 hours. I got bored. I'm a comedian. I can't watch comedy that long.
Yeah.
I still stayed
Oh,
2.5
my God.
hours. And he was doing well. Like
Wow.
improving and like shit I've just never seen. I don't think anyone can do. I think he has a special talent
Wow.
that I've never seen other people pull off.
I think he's a philosopher. He's a lot smarter than comedy allows him to be, right?
A lot smarter, naturally smart. Just smart, probably book smart, but he's super smart comedically, and he's
I thought he had gone
super
crazy.
likable.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
Like when you're up there, you just like him.
Okay.
Most comics aren't that likable, but they could be really funny.
Wow.
Is
there anybody out there? Or who? Let me change the question. Who is the comedian that you kind of admire the most?
Well,
if there is one.
Well, growing up as a kid, of course, like the first one was Eddie Murphy, and I never even saw him. I just listened to Delirious, and to become a fan of a comedian from an album is impressive right there. Without even watching, because he's amazing to watch.
That's right. Yeah.
So, but then when I grew up, through my comedy, like starting in the black comedy circuit, my comedy hero was always J.B. Smooth.
Oh, JB, yeah. Love JB.
My favorite comic.
Such a nice guy, too. Right?
Yeah. But he's a great guy, and he was always inspiring to me. He always, every time I watch him, I always realize that a joke is never finished. Because he brought jokes to whole other levels.
Oh, wow. So you see him doing something that it kills, is great, and then when you see the next show, he adds more to it.
He definitely adds more, but like a simple subject that's funny, gets a laugh. A lot of comics stop at that, move to the next thing. He'll build on it for. I've seen him get laughs on one joke for like 15 minutes.
Wow.
People crying, running around the audience in a different seat at the end of every joke. The first time I saw JB, I did a show in New Jersey at this club called the Peppermint Lounge, run by Bob Sumner, and Tina Graham was there that night, and this lady Dawn was there, I remember, and Talent was hosting. Talent, the comedian, he was hosting that night. I was doing comedy at that point for maybe 8-9 months. Okay. I did an audition at the comic strip, and this guy Lucian used to be real, hard ass. Like he was real hard. It was hard to pass that club.
At the comic strip?
Comic strip.
When you say you did an audition, was it like a open mic or
Monday
they
night?
Actually...
They put you on a real show.
Okay.
And you do your set. I did real well, so they had me come back the next week. And it was a mostly black audience that night. Like a whole group of people came together, and everybody was bombing. And this host, Danny DeVito, who goes by Danny Vermont now.
Okay.
And he's doing real well.
Can't blame him.
I think he's a head writer on Bill Maher. I don't want to get it wrong.
Yeah, I
anyway,
think so.
Yeah?
I think so.
He's a great dude. And he was hosting. And I remember he said, the next guy's going to be hilarious. And the crowd was like, yeah, that's what you said about everyone else. Whatever. So I went on stage, and I was a new comic. But even as a new comic, if I was in a zone, everyone was laughing. It was home to me. Like, I used to make my friends laugh. It was comfortable. So that's the zone I was in. I remember killing for a new comic, like just laughing nonstop. And after the show, this guy came up to me. He's like, yo, man, it was so funny. My friend books this club called the Peppermint Lounge, notorious, in Jersey, in Orange.
Yeah.
And it was packed, like 400 or 500 people, all black crowd.
Why was it notorious? Because he was a tough crowd?
Like one of the hardest rooms out.
Okay.
Notorious for bombing or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he's like, this room's real hard, all black club, but I'll pick you up in Newark at Penn Station. I'll bring you there as my guest. I'll get you on. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. I figured in my heart.
Yeah, because I don't feel he was selling it too well either. I mean,
he was being honest,
yeah,
preparing me, but in my heart, I believed I was going to rock it. I said, this is my time. So I went out there. I get to the club, and literally, like, just all black. The cue ball on the pool table was black. I mean, it was ridiculous. There was one Latina I remember seeing there, and she was sitting in the front row, and I remember thinking, okay, I'm not going to talk to her now. I'm going to rock my show, and afterwards, I'm going to get a number. I had my whole plan. Yeah. So I remember the first comic went on. I remember he didn't do well. He didn't bomb. Salud. Sneeze.
Gracias.
Hear that? I'm glad you put both hands over your mouth, too. I respect that.
Yeah, and then I'm going to shake your hand before we
it's different than the lady on the plane was sneezing my whole flight, putting her hand over her mouth with the fingers open. Like, great. Now you're filtering. Now you're filtering the fucking sneeze.
She's
if someone said, bless you. Why do we say bless you for someone that sneezes in our face? We should say, fuck you. Or bless me, because I'm going to be sick in a week.
Yeah. You wish salute to the person that's already sick.
Yeah. So I get to the Peppermint Lounge, and he's bombing up front, but no one booed him. And then I'm thinking, this is perfect. I'm going on. He's not doing well. I'm going to kill this shit.
Yeah.
And I tell the DJ, I say, DJ, can you bring me up to some house music. I'm going to come on as my gay character, win him over. You know, I wasn't confident enough to just talk up front and then win him over with the physical stuff. I'm like, just bring it on. I'm going to pretend I'm gay and then say I'm only kidding, whatever. So he's like, all right. He's like, I got the music. I got it. So he bring me on stage. Town introduces me. I come on. He brings me up to, I remember, Cypress Hill. And I remember instead of just coming on being like, yo, wrong music and just doing my shit, I'm still walking runway to rap music. It was totally off. I said, DJ, I'm like, DJ, cut the music. I said, cut the music. You know what? I said, DJ, fuck my music up. Corey, you fuck my music. And then like, ooh, I'm like, I'm only kidding. You know I love you, Corey. I said, but give it up. And I started making fun of this lady in the front row with this like crazy hairdo. I said, give it up for this thing's nappy ass hairdo in the front row. Like the stupidest thing. Like I learned over the years, only snap on someone badly if they heckle you first. Like make the crowd want you to win.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm making fun of a black woman in the front row when she didn't say anything to me. Then her boyfriend looked like Mike Tyson in a funhouse mirror. He was great. He said, what? I said, what? He said, what? I said, what? What? Like 9,000 watts. It was so uncomfortable. And then finally the crowd started booing. Boo, boo, boo. And in my head, I'm like, fuck. Boo, 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 boo. I said, oh, yeah. And I remember when I was a new comic, I used to carry a fake gun in my back. It looked like a real 45.
What the hell?
It was actually a real pellet gun. It was illegal. But I had it in my back. So I said, oh, I got the gun. So I pull the gun out and I go, shut the fuck up, motherfuckers.
Oh, God!
But I swear, it worked. It worked. They fell out laughing. They laughed for a minute, 2 minutes, nonstop. If I was a good comic, I could have saved the set. Because then when the laughter went down, I went into another stupid joke. I said, okay, for my next joke, I need a volunteer and a condom, right? They're like, boo! So I'm like, what? And then I go try to pick the gun up again, and they're like, nope, boo! I go, fuck. And I walk off stage. The Puerto Rican girl was gone.
Wow.
You know, my friend's like, the guy's like, yo, man, sorry, man. The last guy I brought here got booed off, too. I guess I can never recommend anyone here again.
Oh, shoot. You changed his life.
And he drove me back to Newark, Penn Station. I was so depressed. I remember I tried one more black show, and I bombed in Uptown Comedy Club. And I came on getting laughs, and I said something stupid. So I took off 2 years from the black circuit.
Oh, wow.
From like 90.
But you had done well before that.
Yeah, I killed it twice. The Hunter
Wow.
show and another show. I took off 2 years. I said, when I come back, I'm going to come back strong, and I'm never going to bomb again. That was my thought.
Now, let me ask you, what was the mistake you made? Like, if you're going to put it in technical terms.
Well, I came on. I was new, and I came on. Like, I came on with the gay character at the Hunter show. I have it on film. Right away, boom, 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 walking the runway.
Yeah.
And then they're all laughing at my character. And then I pull the gun out, and I go,
Hilarious.
I go, y'all better laugh at my shit. And then I had a Gap bag. I was like, 'cause I'm gonna put this shit away in what looks like a Gap bag, but don't be fooled, bitches. This is my Gap bag. You know, I put it away.
Yeah.
So that's how I opened it. Ripped.
Yeah,
and I said,
yeah.
I'm only kidding. Enough with the gay shit. I said, let's talk about eating pussy. Like that was my joke. But it ripped because it was choreographed. It worked. The only mistake was I wasn't ready. I mean, like,
Okay.
I needed to learn that jokes to come up front, win them over just with my personality. Then I do the gay stuff later on, then a joke.
Yeah.
And, you know, because even for a while when I came back 2 years later, I did okay my first show at the, it was called the Palm Court. Donnell Rawlings, Ashley Larry from Chappelle Show. Right. He hosted it, and I did decent. But I came on breakdancing. I used to be a beat. So I came on breakdancing, and they were kind of clapping, but not. They're kind of looking at me like, oh, you're trying to cater and win us over.
Yeah.
And I was doing jokes. It wasn't doing that well. And then finally I got loose. I said, all right, man, I don't even know why I'm nervous. Da-da-da-da-da. And I got real loose. Like my first show ever, I was like that too.
Oh, that's cool.
And I won them over. And I said to myself, okay, next time, I'm not going to break dance up front. I'm just going to talk. So I came back a week later, talked up front. It closed with the breakdancing. Went much better. And then it clicked. And then comedy became, I realized what I needed to do. And right away, Capone saw me in the show at the lab in Brooklyn. It was in Bed-Stuy. And he's like, who the hell are you? How come I've never seen you? Come to my room in the Bronx BBQ. We do it every Saturday night at midnight. So I went there, got a standing ovation, and kept doing his room too. And Capone really helped me in the black comedy. So he gave me that confidence because I felt like he had confidence in me.
Yeah.
And so I always thank him for, to me, he's the one that made me feel comfortable in the black comedy. He even helped me get on the Apollo because Jason Steinberg, the man, just submitted me. but someone he submitted a month earlier got booed off, so they were a little skeptical.
Yeah.
And Capone assured them that Jason's going to kill it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and he was there with me that night.
And do you think confidence was the key word here? In terms
Confidence and experience. I was ready when I did the Apollo. It was 2004.
Wow. Okay.
I was ready. It was my time. Thank God I did it in 2004, and I didn't try to do it earlier.
Can you ever blame the audience?
You can blame the audience if it's some like bunch of people just so drunk that they don't even realize they're being dickheads. And sometimes, sometimes the crowd's great, and the time you go on is when somebody starts getting an argument in the back.
Yeah.
And like now everyone's distracted. Anything can happen.
Yeah, somebody makes it
You
tense
should try
before
not
you
to
go.
blame the audience, but sometimes the audience just they don't connect with each other. Maybe they feel uncomfortable with everyone sitting near them. There's just not a connection.
Yeah.
If everybody's bombing and they're funny people on that's when I think you could kind of blame the audience.
Yeah.
But if everybody's killing and you bomb, blame your fucking self.
Yeah, exactly.
You sucked.
I think
And I've been
sometimes
there.
sometimes venues that are not comedy clubs try to do comedy and they do the wrong setup and that could ruin a comedian show. The pool table going.
Anything can ruin.
Full volume.
Comedy is the most unpredictable art form, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like you just singing the song, and something could go wrong with your voice, whatever.
But have you realized how many great actors out there started in stand-up? So it's
Exactly.
I guess it proves how talented you have to be in order to, stand there,
I think it
practically.
proves-
I was listening to an interview of Larry David. Larry David no la pegó en SNL.
Oh, that's right. No, I heard Larry David
Un
goes.
solo sketch él escribió y no lo pasaron.
Yeah.
Él agarró y juntó a un grupo de amigos y lo hicieron because he wanted to see a sketch hecho.
Sí, yeah, just to know what
Yeah.
lo que él había hecho. Yeah, but Larry's an interesting. He would go. I heard he would go in front of the audience, look at everybody, and say, "You people don't deserve this." And then he would leave.
Yeah.
He takes balls to do that too.
He proved that he was a brain, a lot of the brain behind Seinfeld. When the Curb Your Enthusiasm came. That's what I didn't finish. We were talking about JB Smoove.
Correct.
So after I bombed in at the Peppermint Lounge, JB Smoove was a headliner that night.
Yeah.
I remember he walked to the DJ he's like, how much time I got to do? Like whatever you want, JB. He's like, okay. So he went on, and as sad as I was, he killed it so hard. Like people were running around the audience laughing. He did this joke about Batman fucking Robin up. And the way he did it, he had Robin as a chair. He's beating the chair down. I remember he dragged the chair into the audience, ran around the audience, ran outside the club, back, like he dragged Robin around everywhere. He takes jokes to other levels.
Really lived it, yeah.
Yeah, so people that see him on Curb, like, yo, he's really funny on Curb. He was my favorite, and still one of my favorite, because now, I've seen some other comics I really love too.
Yeah.
But he's in my top 3 favorite comedians.
He's amazing. He's
I just
really
love
good. A nice
watching
guy.
him. He was a hero in the black comedy circuit. He was just amazing. And he was the first comic I think Chris Rock had on the Chris Rock show when Chris had the HBO show.
Oh, that's right.
They
yeah.
all knew what was up with JB.
Yeah.
But so he went on, as sad as I was crying in laughter, but I was still depressed. So like every other tear, one was a happy tear and one was a sad tear coming down my face.
He must have been really good because, when you're having a tough night and all of a sudden somebody makes you laugh and makes you forget.
Not really good, incredible.
Yeah,
Like-
that's awesome.
Like,
Now, so this guy Jason has all this stuff, and but in your heart, Miguel is the one that you want.
oh, sí, claro. Miguel.
¿Qué cosa, brother?
Yo soy Miguel, Villa Mera en mi corazón. Nueva York tiene un parte en mi corazón ahora, quizás 4%.
Pero el resto
Más o
está ahí.
menos, pero República Dominicana en mi corazón.
¿Alguna vez has pensado hacer un set completo en español?
Sí, voy a hacerlo.
¿Estás trabajando en
El
eso?
dueño
o qué?
Thomas del Comedy Club RD en Santo Domingo
Ajá.
quiere que yo me presente en su club, pero no creo. Probablemente puedo hacerlo. Si tuviera que hacerlo ahora mismo,
Sí.
voy a sobrevivir, creo.
Yo lo que creo, si tú entiendes el humor dominicano,
Sí, más o menos. Sí.
yo creo que esa es la base. Si tú entiendes, porque tú eres de allá, loco.
Sí,
tú eres de
no,
Villamella.
Salí cuando tenía 14 años. No era muy gracioso cuando era pequeño. Tuve que trabajar en la calle mucho. No pude ir a la escuela. La calle fue mi escuela.
¿Qué hacía en la calle?
Sí, estaba trabajando 20 horas cada día para mi familia.
20 horas.
Mi mamá
diablo.
muy pobre. Mi mamá... No quiero hablar de mi mamá.
No, está
Porque
bien.
voy a llorar ahora mismo, pero...
20 horas al día para mantener la familia. Y más nadie trabajaba en la familia. Deja que el loquito salga, deja que se vaya.
Pero en los Estados Unidos, Jason se hizo gracioso porque Nueva York es loco y la gente, los dominicanos son locos y diferente que mi país. En República Dominicana,
Allá son-
la gente son muy amables.
Vaya,
sencillos
no hay
y-
loco allá. Ni nada.
No, toda la gente, si una americana quiere ir a República Dominicana, la gente en República Dominicana van a tratarlo como familia.
Ok.
Si esa persona no tiene un lugar para dormir esa noche, una persona va a ayudarlo. Pero en Nueva York no siento igual. ¿no?
No es, ¿qué cosa? No es igual la misma.
No,
Ya.
ni es lo mismo ni es
Los
igual.
ricos quieren reír. Si estuviera dormir en la calle, mira, con su celular. World Star, World Star.
El mundo es cruel.
Sí.
So what's next? What are you gonna do? What are the plans?
Well, I'm going back to Dominican Republic next week.
Yeah.
I have to film some stuff there.
Now you told me that you can't talk about it, but you were doing some stuff last week or something that. Or
Yeah, I filmed some stuff. Just a project I'm working on with someone. I can't.
Is
talk.
it your project or?
Sort of. Yeah.
Okay.
So I can't talk about it,
That's
but
all right.
I will soon. I'll come back and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It'll be very
Yeah.
interesting. And
You can't talk about it because
I have some meetings too with some people that own some products out there that might want to use me as their face. So I got to figure that out.
yeah, as a spokesperson.
Because Tigre Bacano, you know, hasn't made any money from this.
Exactly. That's
Jason Andors is supporting El Tigre Bacano.
Vaya.
Tigre Bacano lo hace para el amor.
Yeah, exacto, por el aplauso.
De verdad,
La nena.
100% de verdad.
Pero I think it has got a lot of potential. You know, it's again. I think the main thing with any comedy is to understand the idiosyncrasia. You know, the way people think, the way what people laugh at, and once you got that, you know, you can do it.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's happening out there.
So.
It's crazy what's going on out there with us.
¿Dónde podemos seguir las aventuras del Tigre Bacano?
Mi Instagram.
Okay.
Mi Instagram is Jason Andors, at Jason Andors.
Okay.
La deletrea in English?
Sí, Jason Andors.
In English, I'm going to say it easy. Jason Andors, Jason, no Y in Jason. Jason
Sí, exacto.
Andors is spelled and or S.
Vaya.
Andors, and or S. So it's Jason, all together.
Yeah.
Jason and or S.
Wow.
Yeah.
Vas a tener, you're gonna have to like register every mistake that anybody can make with your name, right?
People spell my name wrong all the time.
Like Jason, like Y-E.
I remember I did BET Comic View, and I could tell how the host was hosting. I said to my friend Todd Lynn and my friend Mark Theobald, I said, yo, he's going to destroy my name. Why? He's a professional. He's like, he's going to destroy my name. You know he's not. Okay. He's like, give it up for Jason Andrews. They're like, no. He's like, and just he messed up my name like 6 times. My friends were dying. They're like, okay, how did you know? I said, because they always mess up my name. Because Jason Andors,
Simple name.
his real last name was Andorsky.
Ah, yeah, okay.
But the Jews couldn't get work in the early 1900s, so they changed it to Andors to get more work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about changing it back so I can get more work.
Andorsky. Now it's okay to be.
Yeah, but a
be
Jason Andors and or S.
Jason.
And I push it hard, my Instagram, more than my YouTube
Right.
now. Facebook, I'm not even using that much. But that.
Yeah, Instagram is the thing now, and all the Instagram stories and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta do.
Yeah.
Do you do stuff every day for social media?
I try to put something on every day. Sometimes I skip a day and I feel bad about it. But I just filmed a lot in DR.
Yeah.
So I have a good amount of material. Like when I go out there,
Yeah.
and I invest in it, and I pay people to help me out. and stuff, it comes right out of my pocket, you know.
Oh, wow.
But it's worth
Jason
it.
is such a nice guy to.
Yeah. Yeah,
to
Jason.
Miguel.
Jason works hard for Miguel. Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. So I have enough stuff. When I go out there for a few weeks, I usually have a good amount of material that's going to last me a good month.
Listen, you're a really cool guy, and we always appreciate when somebody can understand our culture and you know and have fun with it and feel part of it. So we wish you the
Thanks.
best.
I love the culture.
Y when you finally put together your stand-up show en español, ven para acá y déjanos saber.
Claro.
Tú sabes cómo es. Adiós. Señores,
Bien fácil.
aplausos para los dos. Para Jason Andors, el Tigre Bacano.
Un placer.
El placer es mío, papá.
Me encanta este show.